All right, I got a question for you. Why are you limiting yourself? That's the question. All around, of course, there's limits being placed on us. There's organizations, there's people, there's family, there's coworkers, bosses, limiting us and trying to limit us and put us in boxes. Just to make life easier, make things easier for everybody. But if you were to move out of your body and look back down on yourself, I think you would probably be shocked. I'm sure I would be shocked at how much I'm limiting myself, how much you're limiting yourself with beliefs that you've rehearsed and created, self-created at that, from experiences, from what other people have told you. And you would see by looking down outside yourself how these beliefs are literally handcuffing your health accumulation. They're making it insanely hard for you to get where you want to get. They're literally keeping you in a state of aging and atrophy. They're keeping it so that you can't create those new habits, so that you can't choose to live in the body you actually want to live in. I know this because I see patients all the time who are living a life in accord with their limited beliefs about who they are and who they can be. I recently had a patient who told me that after going to the grocery store, getting her groceries, walking around in there, seeing what other people are getting, how other people were responding in the grocery store, she wanted just to start shouting to these people that it doesn't have to be this way. You actually can reverse so much of the aging process. You actually can be in control of the food that goes in your mouth. You actually can choose better options. You actually can, regain the youthfulness and the strength that you lost over the years because of poor habits, poor decisions. She knew how amazing she felt after years of making poor health choices, and how a couple years of her just making great health choices and now feeling extraordinary, feeling so much better. Like she said, she feels better now in her 60s than she did when she was in her 30s. Is that crazy? Stronger, healthier, more vital. Those are literally her words. She had limited herself for decades, but then finally she decided, what? That's it. I'm done. I'm tired of losing this battle. I'm tired of not feeling like I could feel. Her body was breaking down. She had no energy. She couldn't play with her grandkids. Diabetes was creeping up on her. Her hands hurt, her back hurt. All this stuff was happening nonstop. She had arthritis, and her well-being was being crushed. Like depression, anxiety stuff showing up. And finally, it got worse, terrible enough that she said, I gotta figure out how to get these limits off my being. So guess what she did? She transformed her eating, she transformed her sleeping, she transformed her activity levels. She finally agreed with me that this could potentially, this could help, and that there potentially was a better way. None of that could happen though if she didn't change her belief system. Now that she lives it and she experiences what it is to have energy, emotional well-being, renewed life confidence, she wants to share it with everybody that will listen, right? But very few will listen. So, why won't people listen? When you have I felt terrible, I feel awesome now, why won't people listen? And I would suggest that's because of, the self-sabotaging limits that we have preset into ourselves. We've preset these. You may have said things like this yourself. I'm 40 now. I'm getting old. I'm over the hill. Just my knees just don't work anymore. My hips, this is how it is when you get old. Your back just starts going out on you. That belly fat, you only can keep it off so long, and then it's just how it is. I know my blood pressure was going to catch up with me at some point. My dad had high blood pressure. Of course, I'm going to have high blood pressure too at some point. There's nothing, it's just genetic. There's nothing you can really do just to hold it off. Arthritis is just something that's in our family. I'm 50 now. My hands are just going to hurt. My shoulders, I'm going to move slower. Or memory loss. It's just part of aging. All these statements These are limiting thought patterns. These are limiting thinking patterns. And people are living them out day after day in America. That is what the average American is doing. They're living out these limiting statements, these limiting thought patterns over and over again. But guess what? Literally with a simple shift, a simple trajectory shift of our thinking, of those limited thoughts, you can be above average. And you could actually enjoy a transformational health journey. You do not have to live next to your limits, because those limits are all made by you. What if you made a decision to think about, meditate on, ruminate in your brain over and over, day after day, the possibilities available to you, instead of the limits that are in place, the limits you've set up? What if you ruminated about the possibilities? What would that hurt? What would it hurt to ruminate, think over and over again about the possibilities, the things that could be coming forth in my future, the benefits of potentially, eating awesome foods, the benefits of, getting rid of physical activity? Is there benefits there? Taking control of our subconscious thoughts, they're tough because they're deeply rooted in us, but taking control and bringing those subconscious thoughts, those things that have limited us for so long, bringing them to the surface, and now consciously thinking about, man, what happens if I eat vegetables and fruit on a regular basis? What happens if I cut out that smoking? What happens if I stop chewing tobacco? What happens if I stop eating that bagel for breakfast each morning? What happens if I rehearse that I'm capable, that I'm able, that I'm healthy, that I'm vital, that I can get free from arthritis, that I am diligent about meal preparation, that I can consistently show up for my workouts every Monday at 4 p.m. What if that is my new confession, my new thought patterns? That's what I talk about. What if I talked about how my sleep is going to be so refreshing? I know it's available to me. I'm just going to keep trying. I'm going to keep working at it. What if I talked about how, I don't have everything together on the food front, but I'm improving my food choices on a regular basis? What if I talked about how I'm consistently finding better information to look at it and better things to read and educate myself on, as opposed to wasting it on Netflix and whatever shows going on? What if we did that? Come on, give it a go, break those limits off. You want to accumulate health. You want it. And the way to do it, the way to get going on it right now, is to strip away all that negative limiting thinking and start speaking, thinking, rehearsing. This is conscious activity. This isn't going to happen unless you consciously do it. And it's going to feel really weird. It's going to feel like, are you serious? This is so dumb. It's okay. Do it for a month, do it for 2 months, and watch how it literally, you shifting your limits from limits to possibilities, how that completely transforms your health accumulation trajectory. All right, I'm Dr. Matt. Like this, share it. Let's break limits off ourselves so we can help break at least, the limits off our family, our friends, our coworkers. Talk to you guys later.